What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to fix the check engine light on the C5 Corvette. The code that it is throwing is P0704. Around March or April this year, I purchased a Tixmaster cylinder. I tried to put it on myself. I was unsuccessful. I couldn't get the quick disconnect off. I had a racing event around that time in April in Dallas. I took the car down to Dallas. I trailered it. I decided to take the Tixmaster cylinder with me just in case I had time to drop it off at a shop so they can fix it for me. Well, I ended up breaking the output shaft at the event. Fast forward 2.5 months later, I got the car back. I want to say between 30 minutes and an hour of driving the car, the check engine light came on. And then once I jumped on the highway, I realized I didn't have any cruise control. All right, family, so I'm just going to show you guys the code real quick so you see what I'm referring to. All right, so you can see P0704, show history and current. So let me show you guys how to fix it. It's a super easy fix, and I hate that I waited so long to do it. So the only thing that you really need to fix this issue, and it's not a necessity, is this little piece right here, okay? This is just like a fastener remover that I use. I like using this because it actually does help with those fasteners, getting them out without breaking them. All right, now they say that the issue is the clutch switch. So we want to make sure that when we press in the clutch, that it goes all the way to the switch towards the firewall. And when the clutch is not depressed, we want to make sure that it is touching the switch that is closer to the driver, okay? All right, family, so I did identify one of the switches. One is right here, okay? You can see I can press that in. This is on the firewall, and it actually meets with the part of the clutch that comes out. So you can see that when I, with my hand, push that clutch in, then boom, it touches that part. Okay, you see that? So I would assume that that means that this side is just fine. Again, I'm gonna press it all the way in, and it makes contact, and then it goes all the way in. Okay, so I know that that switch is fine. So now I have to find this other switch. I already got that one off, and you can see that it's loose over here. So I'm going to get this other one off right there, and that way I can get to this other switch, and hopefully my check engine light will not appear. All right, family, so I showed you guys the one in the back, which is right here, okay? And that presses in. You have this part of the clutch that sticks out and connects to that. So I come over here. And I run my finger up the clutch, right, to look at it, and I see that there's this piece right here. So I was like, well, this piece here has to have something to do with the other switch for the clutch because of the special, you know, modification that the clutch right here. So I noticed something is hanging. What is this? Probably my clutch switch. You see that? I had a shop install this. Why is this hanging down? There's a bracket right here, which may be hard to see. So there's a black bracket right here. Okay, now that's better. You guys see that black bracket? There's a hole right here where my finger is going through that more than likely is where that switch is supposed to go, okay? So we're gonna try to throw this switch that's just hanging around into this bracket and see if we can get it to fix that check engine light, okay? Now, what I do notice about this bracket here, again, you may not be able to see it, but I got my finger in there and I'm going around. There's 2 indentations on it, okay? And they are pretty much linear to each other. All right, so you guys should be able to see that on both sides here, there's a piece here and a piece here. So I assume that those just slide in and this should clip in easily for me. Now, you guys can see that this is a screw method. So I may have to screw this in order to make sure that it's going to fit properly, okay? So you guys see I got more thread there now. If I, you know, go up, it'll go up. So I will have to adjust this accordingly, but we will see how it goes. All right, family, so I did take this all the way down. Hopefully you guys can see that. You see that there's a lot of thread. You can see that it's a little dark, but you can see there's a lot of thread right here, okay? I moved this all the way down so I can put this in here, and that way this switch is hitting this part of the clutch pedal. I have to put this down for a little second, so let me put it down. I'll jump right back to you. All right, family, so I have the piece in that bracket now. When it goes in good, it will snap. You'll hear it snap in place, all right? So you want to screw out that sensor to the point where the end of it is being pressed in when the clutch is not pressed in. So it kind of works the same as like a brake light switch. So as you can see, if you push that clutch in, it's not being pressed right now. And then as it engages or as it comes back, it presses that button in, okay? So what's happening is that that button is no longer being pressed in when your clutch is all the way up. So you just need to adjust that switch in order to fix your issue. All right, family, so one thing, I am gonna go ahead and disconnect this negative terminal, only because I want this to reset. I know I can clear it on the DIC, but I just want this to do it itself, okay? So we're gonna leave it disconnected for a second.
Few moments later.
All right, so now that we have this disconnected, we're gonna go ahead and connect it back. All right, family, make sure you put your little panel here back on. It just lines up with the maybe the steering wheel rod or whatever it may be. Okay, and you just line it up and push these in, and these two alone hold it in. All right, so we're gonna start the car up and see if there's any check engine lights. All right, so we still have the check engine light there. We may have to clear this code and see what happens. What I'm gonna do is take this car for a drive and see if the cruise control works.
Next day.
Oh, shoot! Yes, sir! So cruise control is now working, which is a really, really good sign. For you guys that follow the channel, you know that I drive this car a lot. I take it out of town, I take it on road trips. So I have been, ever since I brought the car back from Dallas, I have not had any cruise control. So these trips have been a little rough at times, but you know, not unbearable. So we have cruise. I'm excited for that. Now, as you guys can see, my check engine light is still on. I know I can clear that code, but I'm going to give it time to go off by itself. That way I know the issue is truly and genuinely resolved, okay? All right, family, so if you wanted to reset the code, so we just got it into the on position. The door's open, so it says door ajar. I'm going to hit reset. Okay, I'm going to go to hit 4, which is options, and then I'm going to hit fuel 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. It starts popping up those codes now. Okay, you guys should be able to see those now. If I wanted to, I can hit reset here and just hold that, and it'll clear the codes for me. Okay, so again, I'm going to hold off. I want it to go off naturally. Now, one thing that I will tell you guys is that the shifter, I can already tell it's so much smoother and easier to get into gear. Maybe the car itself wasn't recognizing that the clutch was engaged.
Next day.
So last night I decided to disconnect the battery overnight and see if that would make a difference. And lo and behold, it really did. So there are no check engine lights. The cruise control is on. Let me show you this. Okay, you can see where it says cruise set. So that was my problem. So again, the switch was the issue. Code P0704, no cruise control, and the code is clear, and I have cruise control. Let's see if there are any codes now. Got hit options again. Got fuel 1, 2, 3, 4. Diagnostics. So PCM no codes. See, it's history, so it is gone. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Smash that subscribe button. All right, I just need you to hit that button for me, and I'll keep the videos coming. Peace out.